What is communism? Communism is the most brutal form of totalitarianism, right? So it's not the only form. In fact, the author of the Communist Manifesto, Karl Marx, was a man who wanted to call it the Socialist Manifesto, he and Engels. And 40 years later, when Marx was already in his grave, Engels wrote a piece about how they put it together, the Communist Manifesto. And he actually talked about the fact that they wanted to call it the Socialist Manifesto, but that there were some people running around at the time who were crazy and kooks, or whatever the term was for that period, who were giving socialism a bad name. So they decided to call it the Communist Manifesto, right? Now, I make a distinction between communism and socialism that isn't often made by a lot of people. I should also say at the beginning here of my distinction that communists and socialists both claim the Communist Manifesto is theirs. Right? They actually had fistfights over, no, it's ours, no, it's not, no, it's ours. And it is. It belongs to both of them. Right? I think socialism is more deadly than communism. All right? Now, what do I mean by that? Communists will seize control and will, in the process, not have destroyed resistance. And so he'll set up a KGB, an NKVD, he'll have gulags, he'll have all kinds of things like that, as we saw in the Soviet Union, the communist state, which incidentally was the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, right? People forget that, see? All right, so a communist will not destroy the resistance, and he still has a problem in that. The socialist will get you to vote yourself into the condition, and in the process will destroy resistance. And that's what's happening in America. The resistance to big government, the resistance to an enormous amount of indebtedness that the people have to shoulder, all kinds of government programs and entitlements and bureaucracy and so forth. The people are voting for this, right? Now, we may see occasionally a reversal, a lot more people beginning to say, no, no, pull it back, we don't want to go that route. That's good, that's good. But if the socialist succeeds, he will have destroyed resistance. The communist will not. The communist still has to worry about the KGB and he has the KGB and the NKVD and all of whatever else they call it. So communism is a brutal form of socialism.